But the Brexit also has caused a lot of fear. As I said in the opening, the out-group calls the in-group Project Fear. Carney suggested that banks could leave London. The pound is down to $1.36 from 1.60. That's an 8% drop. So, what's going to happen with this whole discussion? Because it just seems to be ramping up and the hysteria seems to be getting worse and worse, and we're still 10 weeks away.
Yeah. I mean, I really wish I was in their kind of PR department of the in-lot, because it's not Project Fear, Carney was saying, it's Project Facts. I mean, the pound has gone down. Markets don't like uncertainty, and there are real economic risks in relation to leaving the EU. These are facts, they're not fear.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely right. But I mean, for me personally, I don't like either option. You've only got two options, and both of them are crap. I mean, if you look at I went on before the program. I went on the internet and looked at the latest YouGov poll, and as we know, polling as a discipline is having an existential crisis. So this might mean shit, but the YouGov suggests that 40% is leading, with remain in has 40%, leave has 37%, and 23% don't know. Now, I don't think that has any bearing on what will happen. There's a long way to go, but because there is no kind of positive campaign either in or out, it is all doomsday. What's going to happen? I mean, the EU is a horrible place to be when you think about the technocracy. The structure of governance is completely unaccountable. They want to sign this TIPP agreement. They're not dealing with the structural inequality of peoples in European countries or the migrant crisis. So it's totally dysfunctional. But on the other hand, the Brexiters, particularly the sort of right-wing Brexiters who talk about sovereignty and talk about this idea of a British utopia, but they want to come out so they can set up their own draconian economic and social rules. They want to get rid of EU regulations, which they see always in the negative. But EU regulations make sure our beaches are clean and our water is drinkable. I mean, look at America with this issue that's happened in Flint with the water crisis. That's because of the deregulation of sanitation of the water, and that's what the right wing Brexiters want to do here. They want to deregulate everything.
Well, I mean, do you really want to be associated with the likes of Farage and Redwood and that lot?
Well, the problem is it's a binary choice, in, out, yes, no, and binary choices rarely work. And so what you're going to have is the Tories and the UKIPers come up with a 9-word catchphrase that's going to froth everyone up into a fear, just like they did a year ago with the general election. What are the next 9 words? What are the 9 words after that? This has so many areas of gray. Dario mentioned the structure of the EU. I agree, couldn't agree more. It's a waste of money and time and space. But there are good things that come out of the EU as well, and I'm worried about trade. I mean, I have a third culture family. I have, multi-nationality families that will be worrying about, can we travel through the borders? We're actually weighing, should we be spending £4,000 to make sure everybody in the family has a UK passport? I mean, these are things that are not discussed when you get into the hyperbole of in or out.
They don't like shades of grey and referendums, do they?
They don't.
There aren't any shades of grey.
I mean, also, when it comes to the fundamentals of it, the idea that we are going, if we leave, then suddenly we'll be able to trade in a much more relaxed way with the EU is totally for the birds. They are going to set up even stronger regulations or barriers to trade.
Hello, look at Norway.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly, that favour the EU rather than the UK.
And the thing is, I mean, the thing that gets me as well is Norway pays around 90% of what we pay anyway, just to have access to the single market, and the EU, and obviously no way of saying what they can have. And at least we're in there, so we pay that. But, at least we're in there, we can set some of the rules, supposedly.